That escalated quickly.
All right, let's get this show on the road, folks. I didn't think I was gonna have to revisit this so quickly, man. I really didn't think I was have to revisit this topic this quickly. But let's go ahead and get this glaze video, glaze number 2. You know what I'm saying? As I was told that I'm glazing for Valaverse, I honestly don't see how when all I did was make a comparison video. All I said is, hey, why are you getting less with this toy line versus this toy line who's giving you more? And all of a sudden, a couple of Hasbros came out of the woodwork like they always do to defend Daddy Hasbro. They even tried to disassociate G.I. Joe from Hasbro. And I'm like, how do you do that when Hasbro is the one making G.I. Joes? G.I. Joe isn't making itself. Hasbro's making these. They're owned by Hasbro. There is no disassociation from Hasbro. But you know what? One of the commenters said is that I'm comparing a toy line and an action figure to another action figure to a more reputable, famous toy line that has way more relevance and a longer backing with its customers. And it basically he was saying that nobody knows Valaverse. Nobody knows who Valaverse is, and you know, uh, the new Blackbeard from the Black figure line. Nobody's gonna know who that guy is. It's gonna come and go. He compared it to being some Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, he was just straight throwing insults, and I'm like, bro, is Hasbro paying you to do all this? And this is what I'm talking about, glazers. Now, you want to talk about a glazer? Somebody who jumped in the comments to rush to defend Hasbro, a company that's ripping you off. All I did was pull the wool back and say, hey, look, this Duke right here, this 250th anniversary American birthday Duke, is the same retro card Duke with a different paint scheme, paint job, and you still getting the same amount of weapons. You're not getting anything extra. You're not even getting an American flag. I mean, come on, bro. If we talking about the 250th anniversary of America, where's the American flag that Duke should be holding? Right? I mean, that would be common sense to me, you know? Let's go to Duke. Let's look at Duke. Yeah, he got the colors, the red, white, and blue, but where's the flag? You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be an anniversary figure. But let me not talk like I hate Hasbro, because I don't. I don't hate Hasbro. I just hate the shady business practices that they do. I don't like it when they take advantage of their customers, because I'm actually one of their customers. There are things from Hasbro, G.I. Joe line, I still buy. There are some things I don't buy. There's a lot of figures I find cool. The Night Creeper right here. Yo, I think this is smooth, man. I think this looks real good. I really do. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, oh, I think it sucks. No. No, I don't think it sucks at all. I think it looks good. Like I said, I have a problem with Professor Rockclaw and this dino that he has, and he costs more than Naugahyde, and Naugahyde had more accessories and had more than one pet. I like Sundown. I want to get Sundown, but I find it very, very peculiar and suspicious that Sundown costs $27.99 and this retro card Duke costs $27.99, and we're getting more with Duke than we do with Sundown, who's also a new figure. But nobody knows Valaverse, right? No, 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 no. Nobody knows these figures. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Corsairs look tight. They look tight, man. And they also come with a gang of stuff. Come on, man. This dude look like a combat operator, bro. And somebody gonna sit here and say, like, oh man, nobody knows Valaverse. Nobody cares about Valaverse. Like, you might not care about Valaverse, but there are people who do care about Valaverse. And let's see what eBay, because eBay tells the truth. Yes, they do. eBay doesn't lie when people buy. Look at that. We got a pre-owned Kill Switch. This is a female figure going for $85 pre-owned. So somebody knows Valaverse and somebody cares enough to pay $85 for a pre-owned figure. You can call them crazy. You can call them stupid for doing so. Hey, that's something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't buy a Kill Switch for $85, which I didn't. Now, I did buy the upgrade gear pack, right? which comes with her head. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put her on one of those female blank figures that Valaverse was selling at the time. But let's keep scrolling. Brand new. This is not even. This is a Steel Brigade female figure. $59. This is way more than what that figure costs. Look at this. This one sold. Kill Switch. Brand new in the box. $165. $150. $69.99. $500 for figure lot of Kill Switch, Condor, Gemini, Eclipse, and Blowback. $500 somebody was willing to pull out of their pocket to buy these, but nobody knows Valaverse, right? Yeah, nobody knows Valaverse. Let's keep it moving. Oh, the other issue is that Valaverse only brings out vanilla people in green and brown. Green and brown are the only colors that Valaverse uses. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? You want to scroll through all these figures and tell me all you see is green and brown? You don't see any other color variation in Valaverse after scrolling through this page right here. And that lets me know that a lot of people either don't really know what they're talking about when they start talking about other toy lines or other topics in general. You know how you get those people? I had an uncle who told me, you know, when he doesn't know about something, he doesn't talk, he doesn't speak, he sits and he listens. And then he goes and he learns about what it is that the conversation was about so he could participate next time. But you got some people, they'll just start talking just to be talking. And then they'll just, hey, I gotta defend Hasbro, and that's what they doing. I'm not trying to glaze Valaverse, but come on, man. I'm not gonna sit here and let people just slander a toy line just because they are diehard ultra fans of another toy line. I get it. You guys love G.I. Joe. You have history with G.I. Joe, and guess what? I don't care if Bobby Valor was using greens and browns as primary colors. Valaverse started as a Kickstarter in 2019. G.I. Joe started in 1964. They have a 62-year head start. They better be doing something better. After 62 years, you would think they would have something down the line in the pipeline of having improved upon their figures year after year after year. Here it is. This man has had 7 years to bring his line out, and I think what he's been doing is phenomenal. I will give him credit for that. I like the Action Force line. When I first came upon it, it was because I was watching YouTube and I was watching other toy YouTubers present action figures, and I saw Articulated Ninja going over Action Force. I didn't know what Action Force was. Somebody had to help me to the game. Somebody had to spread the knowledge, and I came to it. I was like, these look good. I think I'm gonna buy some, and I became a fan. But then also they have no story. Bobby Valor wants to skip straight to selling action figures. He don't want to develop a story. You expect this man to pilot his own cartoon series, movies, before he puts the figures out? Are you insane? Is this the rationale you're using to justify that Hasbro isn't ripping you off with the price? Because that's all the original video was talking about, was just, hey, Valaverse is offering you more for the same price that you're paying with G.I. Joe, who keeps increasing the price year after year. We went from $24.99 to $27.94 or $27.99 now. And what did you get out of it? What was the improvement? Oh, you got, it's production costs. But let Chris Cox tell it, they've been cutting on production costs for years. For years. You don't have to take my word for it. Listen to it for yourself.
We can look at the design of a product and try to cost optimize it, which we've been doing very actively for the last 3 years. What we try to do is we try to be clever with how the internals are designed, how the mechanisms are designed, so that it's still fun, but maybe we can, trim off a couple things that the user won't notice and get the prices down.
But here we are talking about, Valaverse doesn't have a credible color scheme. So now we've moved from price to color scheme. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with color scheme now. It's ridiculous. Then we're going by weapons and the design. So they're saying the weapons are gummy. Some person said they had the weapons on Valaverse break. I've never had a Valaverse weapon break on me, but we can go straight to Valaverse and look at their weapons. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the weapons, because if you ask me, these look actually like weapons, right? They look like actual weapons. But if we go on over to G.I. Joe, I mean, you can look at Duke right here. And These look like just generic plastic parts that they just produced and peeled off of the production line. Look at all the weapons that they come with. All of them, you know, a lot of these weapons just look so ridiculous. Now, Sundown's weapons have a little design to them. I'll give them that, the hatchet and the revolvers. But for the most part, let's look at this. Look at this. Look at this Uzi. I guarantee you, it's gonna look worse than the pictures have it right here. When you get this figure and you pull the guns out of the pack, and let's be honest, let's not even just delude ourselves into thinking that, you know, oh, GI Joe guns are the greatest and the best. We have heard time and time again of other collectors also give their own opinions that GI Joe guns suck. It is what it is. Just admit the truth. I have bought Gridiron Studio guns to go with my GI Joes because I didn't like the guns that came in the pack. And we're gonna talk about design. We're gonna sit here and talk about design like they don't have their own quality issues. Like I said, you remember Zarana? Zarana had an arm issue. I mean, Tiger Force Duke had a leg drop and a hip issue. You can't just sit here and ignore that. Like, oh, yo, G.I. Joe's never had a quality issue. Man, come on now. Let's be serious. No toy line is perfect. But if we're going to sit here and say, well, Valaverse is poor quality, and act like Hasbro has given us excellent quality over the years, you're kidding yourself. You're absolutely kidding yourself. And from the logic of, because Valaverse doesn't have a long-standing history, so they shouldn't be taken seriously. By that attitude and by that thought, we shouldn't give Red Shadows a chance. We shouldn't give any of these figures a chance. Oh, no, these couldn't possibly look interesting. They don't have enough backstory. They don't have enough years. I don't know about you, but I bought 2 of these. These look awesome to me. I'm not tied to one brand. I'm not a brand loyalist. Whatever interests me, I'm going with. Oh, we also shouldn't give Monster Force a chance either. They don't have enough backstory. They don't have enough years of established fan base. So we shouldn't give them a chance either because they're not long-standing. They don't have a long-standing history. Oh, you know what? Since Acid Rain brought out their 112 figures, you know what? We shouldn't even bother with them either. They don't have a long-standing backstory, or they don't have a long amount of years with a dedicated fan base. You know, they don't have that many years like G.I. Joe has. So we shouldn't give them a chance either. We shouldn't give them a chance because, you know, they don't have that many years. If we all thought the same way, we would just be sitting around here with just regular generic figures from Hasbro. They would give us nothing because they wouldn't have any competition. I don't understand how people could be so blinded and so loyal to a company that's not even loyal to them. When, matter of fact, remember this? Remember when Atlas had the hip issue? Bobby Vala took this hip issue seriously. And then people who had pre-orders already shipped to them, he said, bring me your order number, and they would fulfill that order. They would send those hips to you at no charge. Look at that. See that? Please provide your order number and we'll be sending out the hips at no charge. I remember when I got my pre-order, the hips came with it. The new hips came separate with the figure. So, and they even got a YouTube video of how to actually, you know, take apart your Action Force figure safely so you don't end up breaking it. But has Hasbro ever done something like that for you? Has Hasbro ever sent you a replacement? Because the last time I checked, when I talked to Hasbro and I needed 3 replacements, I got told 3 times, hey, we'll try to send it to you when we get around to it. When we get around to it. Ain't that crazy? We'll try to send you a replacement when we get around to it. But if we don't have any in stock, we're going to send you a random figure of our choosing, not yours. So, you know, maybe you have it already. Maybe you don't have it. And you might not even want the figure they send you. But that's the kind of business that they do. But hey, let me stop. This is a Hasbro hate and a Valaverse Glaze video. Even though I'm bringing up other figure lines that I've actually bought into, you know, I have 2 of these. I have 2 of these Acid Rain figures. I looked at those and was like, yep, I'm getting them. That's because whenever I see something that I like, that if I like it enough and the price is right, I'm gonna buy it. You know, No, these aren't $27.99. They're like $38. But hey, I figured it was worth it. And that's why I tell people, if you like what you see, buy it. But if I bring up a topic and say, hey man, why don't you check out how Hasbro's kind of ripping you off, that doesn't mean I'm totally hating on Hasbro. I'm just bringing up an actual issue. And for you to jump in the comments to say, I gotta defend Daddy Hasbro, that's weird. That's weird, man. Oh yeah, not to mention, one of the commenters, I guess he got so hurt by, the comeback and us going back and forth. He took the time to go through the rest of my posts and videos to find a comeback gotcha moment that had nothing to do with the topic we were talking about with my previous video. It's like, oh, look at you complaining about the price at Ross. What? Ross was making $2.1 billion net profit while selling the Motu Origins figures at $4.99 and at $6.99. For them to increase the price to $14.99 and not tell anybody why and not provide transparency looks bad on Ross, not the collector. Not call nobody a name, but I'm telling you, sometimes people take you there, bro. It's like, common sense. Just sit back, think, relax, chill, read, research. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy your collection. Somebody can have a topic. Somebody can say something totally bad about Bobby Valaverse. Trust me, I'm not about to jump in the comments and go, oh, Valaverse. No, that's your opinion. But if it sounds ridiculous, I might leave a comment saying like, hey man, you sound going a bit overboard. But everything I'm saying, I'm pointing out is right here that you can see it, right? I mean, I'm not just sitting up here just making things what they're not. I'm not just being egregious with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going overboard. I'm just calling it out how I see it. But hey, I just had to come back and say something, man, because I just thought it was funny, bro. I was having the time of my life responding to some of those comments. But just your boy Figures of Action Reviews, man. I'm signing out. Peace.
Oh, and one more thing. I ain't hiding from nobody. I don't know where this come from that I'm hiding because my face isn't shown in every video, but I've shown my face multiple times and I don't have any reason to hide from anybody. So I don't know where that comment came from about hiding my face. Oh, you hiding your face behind a mask. No, I've shown my face multiple times. So yeah, I don't know where that came from.